Hello guys, hope you all are doing extremely well. Today I am going to explain the Kadane algorithm, which is the daily problem of GFG. Today, this is basically a greedy approach. This is marked as medium. I will try to make it easy. The algorithm says what the question says is that we have to find the maximum sub-array sum in a given array. You will be given an array, and we have to find the maximum sub-array having the maximum sum. I mean the maximum subarray having maximum sum. Okay, a subarray having maximum sum. Okay, yeah. Now, so in this example, what will be the maximum sum? 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2 plus 5. What will be the answer? The answer is 9. Okay, and in this array, my maximum sum will be minus 2 minus 3 minus 1 and minus 16, and the maximum sum will be minus 1. Okay, now how to solve this problem? The algorithm says that how will I how will I approach to this problem? Okay, this is a random test case which I have taken. First of all, I will traverse from the first, and I will take a sum variable which will store the continuous sum of these elements, and continuously I will store them in a max variable which will store the maximum sum. Okay, so let's try it on it, and let's make it understand. My I is here, so my sum will be 1. Maximum, previously we had 0, it will become 1. Now I moves here, sum will be 3, right? Now my maximum was previously 1, it will become 3. Now again my I moves forward, again I take the contiguous sum. Now my sum becomes 6, the maximum was 3, so it will be updated to 6. Again I have minus 2, this minus 2. This minus 2 will make my sum as 4, which is not my maximum. My maximum is having 6. So in I will not change my maximum. My maximum will be 6, but my sum will become 4. Because why have I done this? Even if there is a minus, if there is a greater number beyond this, I can take this whole subarray. And if I end this here as soon as I get the negative number, then my answer would become wrong. Suppose in this case, if I had stopped here checking that my 4 is lesser than 6, then my answer would come as 6, which is not the right answer. Okay, so I have taken the sum as a contiguous sum, which will take the sum of all the elements contiguously and store the maximum element in maximum. Okay, until my sum becomes negative. Why? If my sum becomes negative, then suppose my sum becomes minus 1 and the next element is 17. Okay, so if I do minus 1 plus 17, it will become 16. So if I leave this subarray up to this, then I can start a new subarray. Okay, let's explain that more clearly using another example. Okay, I was taking the contiguous sum in sum, and there's a max variable which is storing the maximum sum. Okay, My I was here, so my sum became 2. And the maxi element became 2 from 0. It was updated. It is updated. Now my I comes here. It's minus 1. My sum becomes 1. And the maximum element is 2. So I will not update this maximum element. My I comes here and my sum becomes minus 2, which will also not update 2. But as soon as I go here, I get 16. So if I add this minus 2 plus 16, it will become 14, right? Right. So what will be the a better case? If I start my sum from here, or if I take the whole array from here. If I take the whole array from the starting, then up till here I am getting a sum of up till here I am getting a sum of 14 from the starting. And if I start my array from here, I get a sum of 16, which is obviously greater. So what will be my approach? As soon as I get my sum as negative, as soon as I get my sum as negative, immediately I will make it 0, because negative number plus any positive number will be lesser than only the positive number. That means minus 2 plus 16 is 14. But sum, if I make it 0, 0 plus 16 is 16, which is greater. That's why when I will get my minus 2 as my sum as negative, I can say that from here to here, from the starting to here, there are no sub-arrays which will have my greater sum. Okay, as soon as I made my sum as 0 and then I got 16, my sum will become 16 and I will update my max variable. Then 18 will come, I will update it to 34, uh, 34, oh, yeah, 34, and my maxi will be 34. Again 20 comes, so it will become 54, maximum will be 54. So this makes sense. Now let me continue dry running with the previous example. I hope I have made this clear. So as soon as the minus 2 comes, it becomes the sum becomes 4 and my maxi is 6, so I will not change my maxi. Now 5 comes, so my sum becomes 9, right? My sum becomes 9 and I will update my maxi to 9. Now comes minus 17, which makes this to minus 8. So my sum becomes minus 8, which is negative, So I will make my sum as 0. That means from the starting to up till here, from starting up till here, if I take this element, then my sum will be lesser than the sum I have got up till here. Okay, because my sum becomes negative. Okay, so up till here, the maximum sum which I have got will be stored. Now I will start my new index from here. Okay, so I make it 2 and I see that 2 is lesser than maximum, so I will not update my maximum, so my answer will be 9. Okay, that's it. Now let me explain my code. So what will be the code? The code will be, I will uh, okay, Another thing, I have to take my maxi as the minimum possible value. I have to take my maxi as the minimum possible value. Why I cannot take my maxi as 0? I have to take a minimum possible value, because if I have a test case like this, if I have a test case like this, then if I keep my maxi as 0 and sum is 0 right now, 0 to minus 2, when my I comes here it will become minus 2, so maxi is 0. I cannot change my maxi. My I comes here, so my maxi becomes minus 3. I again cannot change my maxi. Oh, sorry. Okay. When my sum become minus sum, I will update my sum to 0. Again, when minus 1 came, it will become minus 1. Maxi is 0. I cannot change. My sum becomes 0. Now it comes minus 3. Maxi is 0. I cannot change. Sum becomes 0. Now minus 6. Maxi is less. So, so my output comes as 0, which is not the correct output. My output should come as minus 1. Right? Right? Okay. So what will I do? I will keep my maximum as the minimum possible value, as the minimum possible value of an integer. Suppose my sum is 0 and my maximum is 1 in 9. Okay. Let me store it as int max, int min. Okay, which will be a negative number. Okay. Now when minus 2 comes, I see my int min is lesser than minus 2, so I will update it to minus 2. And my sum is lesser than 0, so I will update my sum to 0. Now when my minus 1 comes, I will update my sum as minus 1, and I see that minus 2 is lesser than minus 1, so I will update it to minus 1. Now my sum is negative, so I make it 0. Now my minus 3 comes, so it is lesser than the maximum, so maximum remains same. Now minus 6 comes, which is lesser than maximum, so my ultimate answer is minus 1. Okay, so in maxi I need to put the value as int min. Okay, now I will run a loop to iterate to all the elements in the array, and I will take the contiguous sum which I was storing now, and I will update my maxi to maximum of the previous maxi value and my sum value. Now if my sum is lesser than 0, I will make it 0, because when my sum becomes lesser than 0, if I add 100 more, then also it will be 98. It will be lesser than if I start from the current index. That means if I have a total sum of 2 till now, then 100 comes, so the total sum will be 98. And if I don't take this in my subarray, and my subarray starts from here, so my 100 is my greatest element. 100 is my greatest element. That is why whenever my sum becomes 0, is negative, I will make my sum as 0. Okay, then return maximum from here. That's it about the code. Thank you.